Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Blind to Billionaire. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my $2 billion ideas. So, what could that idea possibly be? Well, you'll need to wait and find out. I actually have two of them, but I'll be sharing one of them with you today. And I'd actually like your perspective too. I'd like to hear your feedback on the idea, if it's something that we should move forward with. Maybe it's something that already exists. I'm not even sure. All right, let's go get into it. All right, so what could this idea possibly be? It's actually an interesting one, which, like I was saying in the intro, it could actually already exist, but I'm not sure. That's actually why I'm reaching out to you with this video as well. But I talked to Corey about this a couple times, and what's interesting is it actually has been brought up on the channel in the comments section from a few of you in the recent times. Over the last few weeks or possibly a month, it's been brought up a couple times. Not necessarily this exact idea, but alluding to this idea. And I thought, this is kind of interesting. Maybe there is a demand for this idea. So what is it? So we have all these different communities. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, Twitter, all these different platforms where people are able to go and connect with each other and talk, communicate, share your feelings, do whatever. But the thing about that is it's a community available for everybody. It's not specifically to blind or visually impaired people. So my idea is, and I'd like you to reach out to me and let me know if something like this already exists. It possibly could. I'm not aware of it if it does. But what if we had an app? It's not a website, I don't know, just an app. So we're going to call it an app that is strictly geared toward blind and visually impaired people. So this app, so let me backtrack just a little bit. So what are we looking for in these communities, right? So we go on YouTube and we connect with people like me on these channels who are making a few videos per week. Or maybe we go on Facebook and we join some of these groups that have, like in my case, maybe I go in and I join one of these retinitis pigmentosa groups and I connect with the people on that platform. Or what if I go to, what's another one, Instagram, and I connect with people through different hashtags on there. I don't use Instagram all that often, so I'm not completely familiar with how it works, but you know, I understand the general idea. But none of these platforms are strictly geared toward blind and visually impaired people. What if we had an app that was, I don't know what the name of it could be, we could think of something clever, but what if it was strictly geared toward blind and visually impaired people, where we can go and we can connect with each other, not only over somewhat of a setup like a Facebook where you can write posts, you can post pictures, you can post videos, things like that. Not only that type of platform, but what if it was something where you could actually go in and connect with people live from your, let's say, your smartphone, your tablet, or whatever type of device you can access this app. So for example, let's say, let's say I'm hanging around. I'm actually sitting outside on the deck right now. It's sunny, it's really warm. But let's just say I was sitting here and I was feeling a little bit lonely, or I was feeling isolated or trapped, and I thought, gosh, I really wish I could have somebody to talk to about this, because, I mean, let's be honest, people who are sighted, they give us their sympathy, they're empathetic, but they don't truly understand what it's like from our perspective, right? But who does understand? It's other people who are blind and visually impaired, other people that are in the same situation. What if I could just pull out my phone, look at my phone, open up the app, and then just think like, okay, I want to connect with somebody live. Like I want to sit and I want to chat with somebody over the phone. And what if there was a way that through this app, we could just connect with people live? Maybe there's in a group where you can just join a group at any time you want and connect with other people who are blind or visually impaired, possibly feeling the same way. Or what if somewhere in this app we had different categories, something like, let's say you're into gardening or cooking, or in my case, I love to travel and I'm into fitness or working out. There's all these different groups. We could categorize it, and within all of these groups, you could go into these groups and let's say, like I was saying, gardening. You could open up the gardening group, and then let's see, oh look, there's 6 people discussing gardening live right now. Maybe I could join that. Or maybe I could write a post on the gardening a timeline or dashboard or whatever you want to call it, like a little posting board where you could actually just write a post if you didn't want to actually connect with people live in like a chatting type scenario. And the reason this idea came up is because I'm just going to throw this out there. I can't speak for everybody, but I'll definitely speak for myself. Being someone blind and visually impaired with very limited vision, I feel like I don't have all that much independence, which I've talked about a lot. I don't drive, and I feel like I spend a lot of time maybe by myself, whether it's at home or anywhere, but I just don't have the opportunity to just get out and go and do something on my own. Even if I shouldn't say if, even when I have the orientation and mobility skills, when I have that, that'll be really nice, but at the same time, I still won't have the same options to just jump in my car and go somewhere like a sighted person. So being someone who potentially is feeling a little bit isolated or trapped at times, or maybe a little bit lonely at times, what if an app like this was available to me where I could just connect with someone? If you watched my last video, let me think, was it my last video? Yeah, it was my last video on Monday. I did some interviews with some different volunteers on the Be My Eyes app. Those people were so incredibly excited and eager to help me. I mean, if you watch that video, there was one common theme among everybody that was interviewed in that video. Everybody talked about how they were excited when they got a notification on their phone and they were eager to answer it and help. I found that was very interesting. Everybody basically said that in their own words. But my point is, the reason I'm bringing that video up is because it's the same type of situation. You're not connecting with sighted supporters or sighted people who are helping you necessarily complete a task, but rather you're connecting with someone else who is visually impaired to some capacity, and you can talk about anything. You can sit and talk about the day, you can talk about sports, you can talk about gardening, cooking, fitness, travel, doesn't matter, whatever you want. But at least it's allowing you to have that connection with somebody else that maybe we don't have the option or the availability to do in our personal lives. Like if we were just to go out into the community or meet with our neighbors or our friends or our family, maybe we can't do that all that often, but yet if we had this in the form of an app that we could access from our smart device literally anytime we want, it would be available to us remotely, literally any time of day that we wanted to connect with somebody, or that we needed some support. Like I've said on this channel so many times, this channel is, the purpose behind this channel is to always offer as much support as we can, friendship, just a safe community where people can go and talk with each other, connect with me. Hopefully you're gaining valuable information from the videos that I'm sharing. A place where you can go and feel like there's somebody else out there that's dealing with the same thing I am. Somewhere where you can go where you're not feeling alone. And it's a place where you can go and always connect with people. Like I've said from the very start, I have promised to you that I will comment, or I'll reply back to every single comment that comes in on this channel, and I do my absolute best to do that. I realize I may miss some here and there, but I literally go through the comments over and over multiple times a day, looking for any that I've possibly missed, because I made that commitment to you, to connect with you, because I know how important these connections are, especially in this community. So I've been thinking about it a lot over the last couple of months, and I thought it would be probably really powerful to have somewhat of a live community. I realize you can go on Facebook and write a post on Facebook and have some type of interaction with people within a matter of a few minutes. You'll have some likes, maybe you'll have a comment or two, but let's be honest. Let's say you post a little message on a board somewhere in Facebook in some type of visual impairment group, right? So you write your post, you get some activity within a short amount of time, you maybe write back and forth to somebody for 2 or 3 times back and forth, and then the conversation just kind of fades. That's typically how it works. Well, maybe it is for me. I don't know about everybody else, but that's how it works in my life. The conversation just naturally somewhat fades because it's through text and people are busy and things like that. But what if you had that same opportunity to connect with somebody and actually just chat with them and actually connect verbally over a phone? Or not necessarily just one person. Let's say you join a group and you're having a great discussion with 4 or 5, maybe 10 people in this group. So like I said, maybe this app already exists. Maybe there's a community exactly like what I am describing right now that I'm not aware of. If there is, stick a comment down in the section below and let me know. I would love to know what it is. But otherwise, if there's not a community like this, I would think maybe we should join, or maybe we should create something like this. I have no idea how to create an app. I've never done it. I would never even try to do it myself. Basically, what I would do is just assemble a team of people to build it for us. And what I would be doing is I would be reaching out to all of you to help me modify and optimize this app so that it turns out exactly as we want it. I want it to be as accessible to everybody as possible, and I want it to really fulfill the needs of the majority of the people in this group. Now, when I just said majority, I realized that like there's a few, for the most part, the majority of us all somewhat need the same things, right? So if we could fulfill the needs of just about everybody in this community and have it accessible to us, I think that would be so incredibly powerful. And I would definitely be interested in pursuing this and moving forward with it, provided I can get some of your help, you know, with the design of it and everything like that. And like I said, if this already exists, let me know. But maybe it isn't my greatest idea ever. But I was just thinking, you know, we should have something like this, somewhere where we can connect. And if you ever look in the comments section of any of my videos, I mean, it's very clear. This has been obvious to me for a long time. Connections are incredibly important in this community. The reason I know that is because I'll go look at any of my videos. I'll have, let's say, 320 views and 150 comments. I mean, it's crazy. I have so much interaction on this channel. I love it. But at the same time, it makes me realize that the connections that we need as people who are blind or visually impaired is actually very important. So that has been one of the main reasons why and how I came up with this idea, and why I'm really somewhat excited about it, because I've been thinking, I want to be able to give this. I want to be able to continue to serve you, give you more valuable information, and do whatever I can to bring this community together. So yeah, anyway, that's some of my thought. So do me a huge favor. Leave a comment down below if you like this idea, if you have any feedback, if you have any, I don't know, anything you want to say about any of these ideas that I expressed here. Obviously, I explained it in very simple terms. There's a lot more to it than what I explained, but I just wanted to explain it on a very general basis and just get the idea out there and see if this is something that anybody else in this community would enjoy and find valuable. It would basically be very similar to the YouTube channel, but yet rather than me talking to you through video form, it would be all of us literally talking back and forth in like a live setting, or through voice notes, or through our own little videos back and forth to each other. It would actually be pretty fun. I do that with a couple people on Facebook. We send voice messages back and forth to each other. Shout out to Ryan and Mel and Juan and Carrie, all of you who we do that to. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think of this idea, and we'll definitely go with it further from here. But anyway, thanks for watching this video and listening to me for one of my $2 billion ideas. Maybe this one isn't a $1 billion idea, but the next one, I don't know when I'm going to share that one with you, but I hope I can share that next idea with you the day of the grand opening. I'll give you a little teaser. It's a huge establishment. What can I tell you to tease you about it? Well, this one's an app. The next one is actually an establishment, a 23-acre establishment. I think people would absolutely go crazy about it. The only deal is I need about $80 million to do it. So if you got $80 million laying around and you want to help me out, send me a message. All right, anyway, thanks for watching this. I'll see you again on Friday. All right, see you soon. Uh-oh, my video didn't stop, so I'm going to sneak over here and just push the button. Shoot. This is always awkward when this happens.